An Australian tag team match, one fall, with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing from Topeka, Kansas, weighing 252 pounds, Art Cruz. From Amarillo, Texas, weighing 237 pounds, Tommy Sharp. From Dublin, Ireland, weighing 250 pounds, Pat Kelly. Also weighing 250 pounds from Dublin, Ireland, Mike Kelly. Referee Joe Tangar and Lee Warren.
Wish us luck, because the Kelly twins are hard to tell apart. It's Pat and Mike Kelly against Tommy Sharp and Art Cruz. Sharp, anxious, rushes the corner, but the Kellys are slowly removing their gear. And Mike Kelly begins for his side. Mike Kelly against Tommy Sharp. They weigh the same, they look the same. A referee's nightmare, I would think, in a tag team match.
And they're from Dublin, Ireland.
You do that very well. You're familiar with all those countries. Ireland, Italy. Side headlock by, I have to take a look myself, Mike Kelly on Tommy Sharp. Boy, they really do look alike. Same length hair, beard the same, hair color the same, build the same.
I tell you, there's nothing wrong with your set, ladies and gentlemen. I can't figure which one is Pat, which one is Mike.
But I looked at something when Mickey Garagiola was introducing him. Right now, Pat Kelly has his knee guards down his shins. Mike Kelly's knee guards are up a little higher. See, Mike's knee guards a little bit higher. It's up across the kneecap. Pat's are a little bit lower. Tommy Sharp trying to twist out with a wrist lock against Mike Kelly. He's almost out of it. He has the wrist lock. Oh, good counter by Kelly. Good counter by Tommy Sharp. Some good wrestling on behalf of both grapplers there.
Break it off, Tommy!
Nice leg trip up by Mike Kelly. Kelly and Sharp tie up once more. Side headlock by Sharp on Kelly. Kelly pitches Sharp to the ropes, and Kelly hits the ropes. Both men flying off the strands. Sharp's waiting. Arm drag. Good move again by Tommy Sharp. And the packed house here at the KPLR TV studio loves it. They are solidly aligned with the duo of Art Cruz and Tommy Sharp. Good bridge there by Kelly. Kept his shoulders off the mat. Now Sharp shifts his weight over Kelly so he can put more pressure into the elbow and into the shoulder. Sharp pulls back on Mike Kelly's arm. Lee Warren, the referee, checked to make sure that Kelly did not want to submit. Kelly struggles to his feet. He grabs Sharp, tosses him to the ropes. Both men flying. Sharp waiting. He catches Kelly, lifts him to the air. Body slam from Tommy Sharp. Here comes the other Kelly twin, and he stomps on the head of Tommy Sharp to break up a potential pin. I think Mike Kelly still had plenty of spunk left to kick Tommy Sharp off, but now it's Pat Kelly on the attack against Tommy Sharp. A knee to the head from Pat Kelly. Get that knee up there, yells Pat Kelly to his twin brother. And Tommy Sharp's head took a jolt. Flying mare. And then Kelly clamps the chin of Tommy Sharp, squeezing the jawbones together. It's not a strangle. You can see plenty of daylight in there across the windpipe on Tommy Sharp as Sharp reaches up for the head of Pat Kelly, but really has no leverage. The leverage at this point all belongs to Pat Kelly. Sharp bridges up nicely, trying to lean into Kelly, pitch him over the flying mare, but Kelly ends up against the ropes and then drives his knee into the lower back of Tommy Sharp. Give me that knee. And he got it. Instead it was a boot into the stomach. Here comes Mike Kelly. An elbow smash to the head. Another knee. The Kelly twins using those knees to good advantage. Count of two before Tommy Sharp gets away, and our ever alert floor director, Ali Hofstadter, I think, found one other small difference, a tattoo on the right arm of, now I gotta look again, which Kelly's which. Let's see, that's Pat Kelly, who has a small tattoo on the right arm, and Mike Kelly does not. Thank you, Ali. This KPLR TV crew, you can't beat them. They're the best. Tag is made. Pat Kelly with a flying mare. Pat Kelly wearing his knee pads a bit lower and with a tattoo on the right arm. And believe me, you're going to need binoculars to spot those two differences at any distance. The Kelly twins, amazingly alike and amazingly successful. They've done a lot of wrestling throughout Canada, throughout the Southland. A very good tag team combination and extremely capable in individual outings. As you can see by a number of quick tags and some good strategy, they've been able to keep command in this tag match, at least so far.
5 minutes have expired, 10 minutes left.
Tommy Sharp nearly came up with a pin on Pat Kelly. Sharp trying to get over and tag Art Cruz. It would be the first tag for that duo in the match. The Kellys have made several tags. Here comes Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly pounds on Tommy Sharp. Oh, a hard slash drop Sharp. A knee drop into the chest by Kelly. A knee drop to the back, and Tommy Sharp is getting in a lot of trouble. There's another tag by the Kelly twins. What do we have here? The Kellys lifting Sharp into the air, catapulting Tommy Sharp into Mike Kelly. You can tell the Kellys have worked together often. Sharp was there for the tag, but Cruz was out of the corner, and by the time he got back, Sharp was already out of the corner. Sharp and Cruz missed a good chance for a tag right there. Sharp in real trouble, and the Kelly twins are creating quite a bit of problems for referees Joe Tangaro and Lee Warren. Sharp trying to fight his way out of trouble. Tommy Sharp pounding on Kelly. He makes the tag with Art Cruz. Cruz, fresh and angry, tears into Kelly. Mike Kelly yanked out of the corner by Cruz. Cruz staying right on top of Kelly. The other brother starts to step in, and Joe Tangaro stopped him. Flying wheel from Art Cruz. Drop kick by Cruz, floors Kelly. Mike Kelly caught in a side headlock by Art Cruz. Cruz forced down by Kelly, who quickly grabs the throat. Tommy Sharp reaching in from outside to grab the beard and the ears of Kelly. He pulls Kelly off of Cruz, but Kelly hangs in there. Tag made to Pat Kelly. Cruz running into some trouble after a quick start. The Kellys catching Cruz in the corner. A forearm smash from Pat Kelly. Have to look every time, have to double check every time, make sure you have the right twin in there. Amazing similarities between the two. Now Cruz with the side headlock on Pat Kelly. Luckily I saw that tiny tattoo on his forearm, so I knew it was Pat.
That and those knee guards, you might as well say the sensational Kelly brothers, and that's it.
Well, I'll tell you, they move well together as a combination. Nice rolling toe hold by Pat Kelly. Well done. And then he moves into the double toe hold on Art Cruz. Grabs the hair. Lee Warren quickly slaps that hand away from the hair of Cruz. Pat Kelly now pulling back on the arm of Cruz. The rough, tough Kelly twins. You can see that tattoo on the shoulder there of Pat Kelly. Pat with the tattoo, Mike without. Great camera work again. Knee, yells Pat Kelly. Makes a tag. He's going to set Cruz up for his brother. No knee at all. Instead, it's a forearm smash. As Pat Kelly was slow to release Art Cruz. I'll tell you, they bleed every count they can out of the referees. They're using the rule book to their advantage in this tag team match. Both arms locked. And Mike Kelly uses a double arm suplex on Art Cruz. Count of one. Count of two. Tommy Sharp there to help his partner out. Front face lock by Mike Kelly on Art Cruz. Lee Warren checking. It's not a strangle. Lee right on top of the situation. Made sure. Cruz trying to twist out. If he can break the grip, he can pop right out of that front face lock if he can break the grip. And that's proving a bit difficult right now. Kelly, strong man. Tag made. Here comes Pat Kelly. Mike Kelly slow to release again, and that rib cage of Art Cruz was open to attack. Front face lock again, this time by Mike Kelly on Art Cruz. Cruz trying to twist out. Tommy Sharp outside the ring, jamming his foot into the mat and yelling at his partner Art Cruz, trying to stir something up. Cruz trying to duck underneath. Nice low suplex by Cruz. That breaks the front face lock. Well done by Art Cruz, but he was a little the worse for wear after being in that front face lock for so long. And Pat Kelly was quick to regain the hold. Here comes Mike.
10 minutes have elapsed, 5 minutes left.
10 minutes have passed in the curtain raiser on Wrestling at the Chase. It's the Kelly twins against Tommy Sharp and Art Cruz. Side headlock and a punch to the head from Mike Kelly on Cruz. Now think of this, Cruz and Sharp have made only one tag in 10 minutes. How many tags have the Kelly twins made? And that's why the Kelly twins have had the advantage. Extra experience in tag team outings, the ability to work together because they are brothers, and they're making that pay off, at least so far. Hard punch to the jaw from Kelly to Cruz. Cruz lands a couple of punches, a forearm smash. Cruz flails away at Kelly. Mike Kelly turned into the corner and slammed head first into the top turnbuckle by Art Cruz. Cruz with a side headlock now on Mike Kelly. Kelly lifting that leg, bending the leg, lifting Cruz and slamming Cruz's shin bone and knee right into his own knee. You'll recall that move was initiated originally years back by Dory Funk Jr. A lot of wrestlers have picked up on it and use it well now. Inside step over toe. What have we here? He could be going for an Indian type of Indian deathlock. Yes, an Indian deathlock, I guess you could call that, or an Irish deathlock. And Art Cruz may have no choice but to submit. It looks like a takeoff on the figure 4 leg lock. Tommy Sharp being chased away from Mike Kelly and Pat Kelly with a type of Indian deathlock, a takeoff of the figure 4 leg lock. Maybe Mickey can ask him what he called the hold. To be exact, a very punishing leg hold. You can see they're having to untangle Art Cruz's legs. Cruz had to submit. He's holding that knee, and he may very well have injured his knee at the hands of Pat Kelly with that type of leg lock. Mickey Garagiola will have the name of the hold, and he'll announce the winner right now.
11 minutes and 27 seconds with the Irish Crush, the winning team of the Kelly brothers. Main event, a one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing from Winnipeg, Canada, weighing 248 pounds, Kerry Brown. From Los Angeles, California, weighing 325 pounds, Big John Studd. Referee, Joe Tangaro.
Kerry Brown opposes Big John Studd, and I'll tell you something, they put Studd on the scale just before this match, and he came in at 325 pounds. Stands 6'9", he is a bear. And Kerry Brown, who's been going real good of late, has his hands full today against Big John Studd, a man with a tremendous reputation. Studd just shoves Kerry Brown halfway across the ring. Kerry has to take a little look at this situation.
Tell him about that, Daddy.
He says to tell him about that. Well, you could see it for yourself, the power that man has. A protege of Killer Kowalski. Crowd starts yelling, "We want Brody, we want Andre." Well, Big John Studd will be in that massive Wrestle Royal with Andre and Brody. That should be something. Think of the size in that big 16-man Wrestle Royal. Just take the 5 biggest men alone, and you've got over 1,700 pounds. Kerry Brown pitched away again by Big John Studd, who wades in with a vicious kick to the stomach of Kerry Brown. Oh, Brown powered into that corner. Studd charges it and misses. Kerry Brown rolled away, and then Kerry puts a side headlock on Big John Studd. Yes, sir, in that Wrestle Royal, you take the 5 biggest men, Andre, Baker, Tyler, Studd, Brody, and you're going to have over 1,700 pounds during just those 5 alone. All 16 combatants guaranteed will be over 4,400 pounds during that Wrestle Royal, so you can call it the 2-ton Wrestle Royal if you want, because more than 2 tons of muscle will be in that ring at once in the Wrestle Royal. And of course, Andre the Giant, he's always the man to beat in a Wrestle Royal. He's the biggest of the big, 7'5", 465 pounds. Kerry Brown tried to pitch Big John over the hips and couldn't do it. Big John lifts Kerry Brown, throws him away. Kerry landed on his feet, trying a flying tackle. Try it again, punk, says Big John Studd. Oh, flying cross body block. Brilliant move by Kerry Brown. He nearly got a pin as he surprised Big John Studd with a flying cross body block. Good move by Kerry, but Big John so powerful just threw Kerry Brown off. Big John Studd, I'll tell you, he's got a lot of victories under his belt up around Minnesota, Wisconsin, and parts of Canada. Prior to that, up in Hawaii and Japan, he did real well. Main event after main event, and Big John Studd has his eyes on the top, the World Heavyweight Championship and the Missouri State title. He has the credentials. He misses that forearm smash. Kerry Brown doesn't miss. Side headlock again on Big John Studd. Kerry has to keep that head pulled forward on Studd. If he lets Studd straighten up, well, Kerry's going up into the air. You can count on that. Kerry pitched to the ropes. And Studd sends Kerry Brown flying. Oh! Elbow drop from Big John Studd right across the back of the ribs. Kerry Brown in trouble just from one bounce because Big John is so big and strong. Big John lifts Kerry Brown and slams him backwards into the buckles. You talk about a man who knows how to use his size. You're looking at it right now in Big John Studd. He knows how to use that hugeness, that immense bulk in his favor. And you know he's not fat. Look at him. He's well proportioned. Big chest, big shoulders and arms. There's that forearm smash. Oh, he has a wicked one. It's legal. No problem about that. That forearm is legal, but when he drives it home, it's like crashing a sledgehammer on target. Big John Studd pulls back on the head of Kerry Brown. Joe Tangaro right in there. It's not a strangle, and Kerry Brown not giving up. Believe it or not, Big John Studd was a college basketball star. He's put on a lot of weight since then. Obviously, he's bulked up using the weights, but can you imagine him under a backboard? He'd knock a few heads around. Ask him now, says Big John. We understand that he's been developing a hard punch to go along with his hanging backbreaker. And Kerry Brown, caught right there, his chin pulled back, is going to have to be careful and avoid either the hard punch or the hanging backbreaker. He has to negate the size advantage Big John Studd has, as Kevin Von Erich will have to do in that big match coming up between Big John Studd and Kevin Von Erich. Kerry Brown is about 13 pounds heavier than Kevin, so that gives you some idea how much weight and size that Kevin Von Erich's going to give away against Big John. He's going to give away 7 inches in height and close to 100 pounds in weight. On the other hand, as tall as Big John is, there's going to be an inviting target for Kevin Von Erich's cross-body scissors right across the midsection.
5 minutes have passed, 10 minutes left.
The forearm smash drives Kerry Brown down to the mat. Big John lifts Kerry Brown, pitches him away with a body slam. Big John Studd with a flying mare. He just manhandles Kerry Brown. And Kerry's nearly 250 pounds. John Studd pulling back. Look at the shoulders. No neck on that guy. It's all muscle. This goes right from shoulders into the head. He's so strong through the upper body. Just imagine what will happen if in the Wrestle Royal came down to, say, him and Andre, or him and Brody. Brody and Studd locked horns briefly in a recent tag match. Boy, that was a war. Let me tell you, they pounded on each other. Kerry Brown trying to come to his feet. Drives an elbow into the stomach. But that stomach's just as good a target for Big John Studd as Kerry Brown found out the hard way. Studd grabs the arm of Kerry Brown, hurls him across the ring, and kicks him right in the breadbasket, right in the solar plexus. Big John goes on the second rope. Flying knee drop into the chest. It wasn't the throat. It was close, but it was not the throat. Count of one. Kerry Brown shoves off Big John Studd, and that takes some exertion right there to shove Big John around. Kerry Brown gasping to get his win. He has picked up a few bruises against Big John Studd. What a powerhouse. What a challenge that's going to be for Kevin Von Erich, and you can bet Kevin knows it. Can he use the claw against this man? Can he get the iron claw on Big John? Cross-body scissors might be the way to go, though. Big John Studd is tall. He's not carrying a whole lot of excess weight through the midsection. He's slim through there. That cross-body scissors maybe could work against Big John, but the question will be if he gets it on John while he's standing, can he ride Stud down? It's like trying to pull down the arch. And as big as Stud is, think how much size he gives away to Andre the Giant and the Wrestle Royals. Kerry Brown, there's pounding on Big John. He lifts the big man. 325 pounds slammed by Brown. But did you see Stud maneuver while on his back to swing those big legs around and drop Kerry Brown? Hey, Big John Stud just showed you something. He was slammed, but he didn't lose his composure. He managed to scoot around while on his back and knock Kerry Brown down. Just like Andre the Giant, Big John Stud shows you there's more to this business than just size. There's more to being successful than just being big. And it's things like that that have made Big John Stud a main event attraction throughout the country. Flying elbow drop by Stud. He moves around. Brown manages to lift the shoulder. Stud scores again with that elbow drop. Brown gets the shoulder up, but he's got to generate some offense now. Stud, with his size and with his muscle, has been wearing down Kerry Brown, and Kerry has to get something going offensively. It's not a strangle, but that head's been twisted. The neck's got to be sore on Kerry Brown. He has to be aching. You know, you talk about the big men. How about that team of Andre the Giant and King Kong Brody? Can they even bury the hatchet long enough to work together against Nature Boy Ric Flair and Dick Murdoch? Two teams that could be awesome if they can get along. If Andre the Giant and King Kong Brody can work together. If the egos of Nature Boy Ric Flair and Dick Murdoch can survive, that could be the wildest tag match ever in St. Louis wrestling history. Andre and Brody on the same team. Big John Stud pounds Kerry Brown down to the canvas. Stud towers over Brown. Moves behind him, lifts him to the air. Oh, look at that atomic knee drop. Slamming the tailbone into his knee. Count of one, count of two. Kerry Brown gets away. Stud is showing us a lot of weapons here. Kevin Von Erich, take note. You know, we mentioned in that tag match, Andre and Brody, if they can get along, that probably requires a little explanation. You know, they have been opponents here in St. Louis before. And I'm sure that it's only the fact that Dick Murdoch's on the other team that Sam Muchnick was ever able to get King Kong Brody to agree to be Andre the Giant's partner, because Brody detests tag matches to begin with. But go back to the last four Royals in St. Louis. The last four Royals that Andre the Giant was here for and entered. Andre won 3 of those 4 Wrestle Royals. The only one he didn't win was taken by King Kong Brody. So Brody and Andre may be partners at one point and enemies at another.
10 minutes have expired, 5 minutes left.
Big John Stud squeezing the head of Kerry Brown. Kerry's made a game effort, but Stud so far has just been too big and powerful. Big John twisting that head. Look at him smiling at the crowd. He knows things are going well. He knows he's in control. He forces the head of Kerry Brown down and then stomps on Kerry Brown. Kerry getting up slower. Where's that adrenaline? Kerry's thinking, come on. He's got to do something against Big John. Take him off his feet and keep him off his feet. Oh, Stud clotheslines Kerry Brown. John Stud clotheslines Brown. Kerry, groggy, tries to come up. Stud. Oh, look out! Backslide! Backslide by Kerry Brown! This could be it! No, Stud yanks the arm free. All that weight over his shoulders. That could have been a tough spot for Big John Stud. Now Kerry tries to follow up. Stud hangs right in there, whips Brown to the ropes. Jackknife cradle! The jackknife and the cradle, but Stud again, too quick with all that size, rolled away. Drop kick by Kerry. Stud keeps his feet. A second drop kick. Stud stepped away. Elbow drop to the back of Kerry Brown. Brown missed the drop kick. The first drop kick didn't do the job. It didn't knock him off his feet. Big John lifts Kerry Brown over the top. The hanging backbreaker. That's one of his favorites. The hanging backbreaker by Big John Stud. Look at him pulling the arms out so the pain and the pressure is even more into the spine. Kerry Brown gives up. Tangaro tries to get Big John Stud to release the hanging backbreaker. And that was one impressive victory for Big John Stud. Oh, what a challenge Kevin Von Erich has coming up. Let's hear from Mickey Garagiola.
11 minutes and 39 seconds with a hanging backbreaker. The winner, Big John Studd.
There comes Kerry Brown off the ropes, trying for that jackknife and cradle, pulling Big John backward. As you can watch in slow motion, Kerry trying to trap the shoulders down. Studd managed to get the shoulders up, and from there, Big John went on to follow up and get the victory over Kerry with a hanging backbreaker. We'll talk to Big John Studd right after this. Watch as Big John Studd polishes off Kerry Brown with that hanging backbreaker. Studd lifting Brown overhead, stretching the back out, stretching out the spine, and that's how Big John Studd won today on Wrestling at the Chase from Kerry Brown. And I guess, John, that's one of the holds you would love to use on Kevin Von Erich.
Right. Just another example of the power and the strength and the wrestling ability that John Studd, 6'9", 325-pound possesses. You know, I'm very hungry. I got a lot of goals, and a lot of them are set right here. I'm after Kevin Von Erich, you know. I don't like his daddy. I used to beat up his daddy, and what would be a greater insult to his father, a greater punishment than to punish one of his sons and destroy him and beat him right in the middle of the ring.
You have so much size over Kevin Von Erich, it's going to be difficult for him.
That's right. Size and strength prevails in all my wrestling ability. Do you notice how I grab him and I punish him and I hurt him before I beat him? Punishment's the name of the game. It's not wrestling, it's punishment. And the toughest man wins. Now I got some bigger goals set in front of me. 1, destroy Bruiser Brody. I've been chasing him for a long time. 2, beat Andre the Giant. The only man in professional wrestling today that's a shade taller and a shade bigger than I am. I've chased this man from coast to coast. And you know what? I have a feeling I got him cornered. And when I grab Andre the Giant, all 464 pounds, all 7'5" of him, and I smash him right in the center of the ring, and then I pick him up for the backbreaker, it's going to be all over. And I can say to all you people out there, I told you so.
Of course, you will be in that Giant Wrestle Royal with Andre, with Brody, with people like the Bruiser, Ox Baker. You'll have to throw them over the top rope. You're saying that you can lift Andre the Giant. Do I understand that correctly? You can lift Andre?
Not only am I saying it, I will show all you people in the wrestling world that I can do it. And yet, my goals are even set higher than that. 1 Harley Race, the world's heavyweight champion. Do you think Harley Race could withstand the punishment I dished out to this punk tonight? This punk, he was a ringer. He was a lot better than the promoters told me he was. He was a lot tougher. Yet I prevailed. I destroyed him right in the center of the ring. Bruiser Brody, Andre the Giant, the same lies for you. Where I travel, I leave nothing but a trail of broken wrestlers behind me. I have one goal, and that's to the top, the World Heavyweight Championship. And no one will stand in my way. Do you understand it? No one will stand in my way.
Big John Studd. He obviously has the size and the power to back up what he says. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
The fourth bout, an Australian tag team match, most falls to curfew. Introducing from Montreal, Canada, weighing 233 pounds, Jerry Roberts. From St. Joe, Missouri, weighing 250 pounds, Bruce Reed. From Winnipeg, Canada, weighing 246 pounds, Bulldog Bob Brown. From Seattle, Washington, weighing 284 pounds, Tiny Anderson.
Tiny Anderson makes his St. Louis debut as the tag team partner of Bulldog Bob Brown against Bruce Reed and newcomer Jerry Roberts. Heard a lot of good things about this Jerry Roberts. We'll keep an eye on him. Reed forced to the ropes by Tiny Anderson. Forearm smash from Anderson. Reed battles back with an elbow to Anderson's head. And then a drop kick by Big Bruce Reed. Arm drag by Reed, and Tiny Anderson is flung to the mat. Anderson gets to his feet. Reed makes a tag with Jerry Roberts. Young Canadian wrestler has quite a reputation around his native Quebec. He twists the arm of Tiny Anderson. Jerry has just invaded the Midwest, and a lot of people are expecting big things from Jerry. Slender, but they say he can really take to the air. Double wrist lock by Roberts on Tiny Anderson. Joe Tangaro made sure that Anderson didn't pull the tights. Quick tag made to Bruce Reed. Reed with an elbow smash to the shoulder of Tiny Anderson. Then Reed yanks out that arm. Anderson counters. Reed rolls down and kicks Anderson away. Tag made to the Bulldog. The crowd hoots, hollers, and barks at Bulldog Bob Brown. This guy could go into the quietest room in the St. Louis area and start all sort of trouble. Bulldog Bob Brown and Bruce Reed tie up. Reed forces Brown to the ropes. Why don't you break it up, complains Brown to referee Joe Tangaro. Brown's the only guy who can start an argument with himself, I think.
And get answers, too.
Yeah, that's the problem. Bulldog Bob Brown reaches out and slaps Bruce Reed. Reed says, you want a box? Brown says, I just slapped him. My hand was open, and he complains to Tangaro. Tangaro says, let's wrestle.
5 minutes left, 5 minutes.
5 minutes remain. It's most falls to curfew. Reed and Roberts against Brown and Anderson. Side headlock by Reed on the Bulldog. Reed yanks that head around and around and around. Here comes Jerry Roberts. Reed and Roberts tagging off very well. And Roberts bounces the head of the Bulldog. Brown forced down to one knee by Jerry Roberts. Roberts twisting that head. You know, we've seen a couple of interesting tag team combinations today. One, of course, the Kelly twins. Now two youngsters in Reed and Roberts. But how about that one coming up? Spike Huber and Dick the Bruiser together for the first time in St. Louis. Dick the Bruiser and his son-in-law. Spike Huber against a pair of guys who can break the scale, Buzz Tyler and Ox Baker. Buzz comes in around 323, Ox Baker at 308. Spike Huber's going to be the littlest guy in that ring, but I don't think it bothers Spike when it comes to fire and spunk and determination. Spike Huber gives nothing away to anyone. Spike Huber and Dick the Bruiser, father-in-law, son-in-law, together for the first time in St. Louis against Tyler and Baker. What a card that is, top to bottom. And, of course, everyone eligible for that Wrestle Royal. 16 of the 18 men on the lineup will be in the Wrestle Royal, all in the ring at once. The side headlock of Bruce Reed on Bulldog Bob Brown seems to be doing the job so far. There's a guy with a tremendous physique, Bruce Reed, a native of St. Joseph, Missouri. He's leaning over the top of Brown, trying to force Brown's shoulders down for a pin. Brown toying with the idea of grabbing the hair, but Tangaro slapped the hand away. Brown pulls the hair. Tangaro stops him. Reed still has the side headlock on the Bulldog. Here comes Jerry Roberts. Side headlock by Roberts. Worked for Reed. Roberts will try it. Remember, most falls to curfew. Whichever squad has the most falls when time expires will be the winner. Hey! Drop kick by Jerry Roberts. Pull that one out of the hat, and Anderson won't tag. That's not going to make Bulldog Bob Brown any too happy. Anderson wouldn't tag Bulldog Bob Brown. I think Anderson was a bit shook up by that drop kick from Jerry Roberts. He saw how quickly and easily Roberts took to the air. And Brown definitely has been thrown off balance. Brown and Roberts circle. Brown leans into Roberts against the ropes.
2 minutes left, 2 minutes.
Roberts leapfrogged over the top. Anderson again, refusing to tag Bulldog Bob Brown. Roberts offers to let Anderson into the ring. What's wrong with you? And Bulldog Bob Brown complains at Anderson. Anderson doing a lot of yelling, but no tagging. Bulldog Bob Brown must feel alone. Brown very cautious as he comes to grips with Roberts, then lashes out with a boot to the stomach and a punch to the cheek. Hard chop to Roberts. Bulldog can take care of himself. Don't kid yourself. Roberts reeling after that slash to the throat. Another chop, and down goes Jerry Roberts. Roberts slams headfirst into the top turnbuckle.
1 minute left, 1 minute.
Less than a minute remaining, no falls yet. Roberts reverses the whip. Drop kick by Jerry Roberts. This time Anderson makes the tag. Anderson crawling up on the rope. The tag has been made. Anderson with the atomic drop misses. Anderson missed an atomic drop and hit Bulldog Brown. And Brown takes a kick at Tiny Anderson. Brown insisted. Anderson and Brown punches Tiny Anderson in the head. Anderson refused the tag, and then when he did, hit Brown with an atomic drop. Roberts and Reed just waiting. Brown lifts Anderson. Body slam by Bulldog Bob Brown, his own tag team partner. Roberts comes flying off the rope with a drop kick. Roberts covers Anderson. Count of 1, 2, and did he get it? Yes, 3. The count of 3. And Bulldog Bob Brown made no move to help Tiny Anderson for obvious reasons. Brown gets stood aside. And if Mr. Anderson would like to square off again, Brown, it seems to be more than willing. Let's make it official. That's the only fall it's going to fit in the curfew. So Roberts and Reed win it. Here's Mickey.
With time running out, the winner of the only fall and the match, Jerry Roberts, Bruce Reed.